Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo. Aren't these beautiful? They're a painted glass bead and I received these from my friends at BB Craft. I love the bling of these and I've been trying to think how I can use them in a piece, and today I'm going to show you my idea. So stay tuned, we're going to make yet another zipper pull. I really like zipper pulls. They're very versatile. You can use them as a little decoration on your purse or other bag. I like to use them on my Blythe dolls on their little zipper pulls. You could use them as an ornament. Just a variety of ways you could use them. Today we're going to use this seashell that I found while I was close to where I grew up over on the Cape Canaveral, Florida coast. And then we're going to use these really purple beads from BB Craft that I was just showing you, along with these pretty glass beads. They're kind of a turquoise green and a yellow. And then I'm going to use these bicone metal antique brass beads. We're going to mix our metals, so I'm using tiny little silver tone seed beads. And I am using some silver tone wire. I believe this is a 22 gauge. You can use 20 gauge. And then of course for our pliers, we're going to need round nose pliers, flat nose pliers, and our wire cutters. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to make links with these beads. I'm going to start out by using one of the silver tone seed beads and the gold tone bicone bead. I'm kind of making this up as I go, so bear with me here. We are creating. And then I think I'll do the purple beads and then the green, and then I'm going to end with a silver seed bead, and I'm just going to make a loop on either end, and then I'll do that with the rest of these, the same pattern. And I'm just going to make a small little loop here. You can elect to make a messy wrap or a neat wrap. Mine's kind of going to be messy. I like the organic look, so that's why I usually do messy. Some people find the messy wrap easier, and some people find it harder. I think they're both about the same as far as skill levels go. I tuck that piece in, but I want to make sure it's not sticking out where it's going to poke. Okay, I want to feed my beads down. Make sure I got them all. And then I'm going to make another loop on the other side here, making sure that all my beads are down. Sometimes that seed bead likes to feed its way up, so you're going to make sure it's in the right spot. And then I'm just going to clip this off. I'm going to tuck my wire in here, and then I'm going to make some more links, and I'll be back. One thing I want to mention is if you're working with a bead that may be different on the ends, you want to make sure that they are going in the right direction. For example, here, this bead is bigger on the one end and thinner on the other end. So I want to make sure that the wider end is next to the same bead. In this case, it's the gold tone bicone bead. Something else too, when I'm doing my first loop on my second link, I want to, unless I'm going to use jump rings, which I'm not in this case, I'm going to feed that on there like that, making sure again everything's in the right direction before I start wrapping my end. I have 2 links on here. I was originally going to do 3 links, but I think this is going to be plenty long enough. I don't want it to be too long. You can make them that way if you would like, but in this case, I don't want to. So anyway, so I got my links. Now I want to wire my seashell up and hang it. Now I got to figure out if I want to hang it like that, or do I want to hang it like that? I think I want to hang it like this, like that side better. Okay, so we're going to take our wire and I'm going to cut off, let's see, let me stick this in the hole and I can kind of gauge how long I want this wire to be. I want it to be long enough where I can make a pretty substantial messy wrap. So once I've figured out how much wire I need, I clip it off and then I'm going to crisscross the wires like that and just twist. And they don't have to be a neat twist. Just twist them so instead of having 2 wires, you have 1 wire. Now, this has actually turned out pretty neat. Sometimes when I do this, the wrap isn't all that neat, but like I said, it really doesn't matter. Okay, so once you've got that like that, you take your round nose pliers. I'm going to go toward the wider end of the pliers. I'm going to just bring it around like that, and I'm just going to start wrapping my loop. Oh, back up, back up. I forgot something. Before you start doing that, go ahead and put your other part on there. There we go. Like I said, you can use a jump ring, but I didn't want to do that. Okay, now we can start wrapping. And I've gotten over anxious in my wraps before and have forgotten to put that on there, but like I said, that's okay. Just you would use a jump ring then. All right, so we get this all wrapped around. And these ends here, sometimes I just separate them out to tuck them in. Sometimes I can do them together. It just depends. Sometimes the wire has a mind of its own, and that's okay. Sometimes you do have to let it know who's boss. Other times, it may be guiding you in the right direction. Okay, so I've got those all tucked in, and I'm almost done here. I just need to find a clasp. Lobster claw clasp is usually the best way to go. So let me dig around on my stash and find a clasp. I could either go silver tone or gold tone here. So let's see what I've got. In my head, I had thought silver tone, but I was looking through things. I found this jump ring that was already open, so I think it was calling my name. So we're going with gold tone here and make sure that opens right, and it does. I'm just going to put a little lobster claw on the jump ring, and then the zipper pull on there. And I'm just going to close this back up, and we are done and good to go. Whoops. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Make sure that you got everything closed up. And there is our zipper pull. I love the way this turned out. Of course, I love anything with a seashell on it. Here's a Blythe doll that I was talking about, and this is the little pull string that they have. These are perfect for decorating these little pull strings. Now, if you wanted to put it on a bag, you may have to use a larger lobster claw. But like I said, in this case, it works perfectly. And all I do is I tie a little knot in her pull charm here. And before I tighten the knot, I open up my lobster claw, hang it on there, and kind of bring it up a little bit. And there we go. Decoration on her little pull charm. I'd like to thank y'all for joining me today. And if you are interested in any of these beads, check down in my description box below. There will be a link to these beads and to BB Craft with a coupon code. If you're interested in that, they've got some really nice things over there. So check them out, but mostly, y'all have a great day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingos, signing out for now. Bye-bye.